Welcome to Module 9, Automation and AI Workflows. This is where your one-person empire starts getting operational. Up until now, we have been building your AI foundation, what AI is, how to prompt it, and how to create a personal AI assistant that understands your goals, voice, and work. Now, we move into workflows, because a business does not become powerful just because you have tools. It becomes powerful when your tools are connected to repeatable outcomes. Automation is how you stop doing the same tiny tasks over and over, like a very talented hamster in a luxury wheel. AI workflows help you save time, reduce friction, improve consistency, and scale your effort without immediately hiring a team. The goal is not to automate everything. The goal is to automate the repetitive, protect your attention, and create more room for the work that actually moves the empire forward. This module shows you how to automate repetitive tasks and connect your tools so your business runs smoother, even when you are not actively working in it. That phrase matters. Smoother, not magically perfect. Automation does not fix unclear thinking. It does not rescue messy offers. It does not turn chaos into a business just because you connected 3 apps instead of prayer over your laptop. But when you have a clear process, automation becomes leverage. You will learn core automation principles, top tools, and how to build simple AI workflows that create massive operational relief. The rule is simple: automate the repetitive, focus on what matters. That is how one person starts creating the capacity of a small team without becoming buried under busy work. Automation matters because your time is your most expensive asset, not your software, not your logo, not the ring light you bought because the internet convinced you your empire needed cinematic cheekbones. Your time. Automation saves hours every week. It reduces manual errors. It creates consistency. It frees mental bandwidth. It improves client experience. And it allows you to scale alone. In a one-person business, every repeated task has a cost. If you repeat it manually forever, you are paying with attention, energy, and opportunity. Automation protects your attention by moving predictable work into a system. That does not make you lazy. That makes you strategic. So what should actually be automated? Start with small, repetitive tasks. Client onboarding and follow-up, email sequences, content repurposing and publishing, data entry and updates, reports and dashboards, notifications and reminders, lead nurturing. These are the kinds of tasks that quietly eat your week. They may not feel dramatic in the moment, but they create 1,000 tiny cuts in your focus. The best automation removes work you either hate doing, do not need to personally do, or should not be doing manually at all. Here is the principle: automate the small stuff to scale the big stuff. Do not start by trying to automate your whole business. Start by automating one reoccurring pain point. Use a simple 5-step process. First, identify the repetitive or manual task. Second, map the current process step by step. Third, automate the tool handoffs or repeatable actions. Fourth, test the workflow for errors and friction. 5. Optimize the workflow based on results. This framework keeps you from building a fancy mess. A lot of people jump straight into tools. They open Zapier, Make, Notion, Airtable, ChatGPT, 3 tabs of tutorials, and suddenly they are lost in a digital cave with no snacks. Do not start with tools. Start with the process. Systems turn chaos into freedom, but only if you know what the system is supposed to do. There are several major automation categories to understand. Communication automation helps with email, reminders, follow-ups, and client updates. Marketing automation helps with content publishing, lead magnets, nurture sequences, and campaigns. Sales automation helps track leads, send reminders, updated pipelines, and prepare proposals. Operations automation helps organize internal tasks, SOPs, project steps, and recurring admin. Data and reporting automation helps dashboards update without manual copy paste gymnastics. Content automation helps repurpose ideas into posts, emails, scripts, and assets. AI powered automation combines AI thinking or drafting with workflow execution. Choose the category that solves your biggest time leak right now. Not the fanciest, the most useful. There are many automation tools, and the right one depends on your workflow. Zapier helps connect apps and automate common business processes. Make is powerful for visual automation and more advanced workflows. NAN is flexible and popular for people who want more control. IFTTT is simple for lightweight automations. Airtable can combine databases with automation power. Notion can organize projects, documents, and lightweight workflows. Calendly automates scheduling. ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and simple platforms help automate email marketing. ChatGPT and Claude can support AI drafting, analysis, summarizing, and content generation. The tool is not the empire. The system is the empire. The right tools with the right setup create massive leverage. Your first workflow should be simple. Start small, build confidence, then scale. Pick one task to automate. Define the trigger, define the action, connect your tools, test the workflow, refine, and activate. For example, the trigger could be someone filling out a form. The action could be adding them to a spreadsheet, sending a confirmation email, notifying you, and creating a follow up task. That is not glamorous, but it is powerful. One workflow can save you hours every week. And more importantly, it trains you to think like a systems builder. The first automation does not need to be impressive, it needs to work. Let's make this real. A new lead fills out a form. AI drafts a welcome email, and the system creates a follow up task. A client call is recorded. AI summarizes the call, and action items are sent to your notes system. A blog post idea becomes an AI draft. Then you edit it and publish. A YouTube video becomes transcript notes. Short post ideas, email content, and social captions. A course idea becomes a module outline, student action steps, and a worksheet draft. An invoice is paid. The system logs it, and your dashboard updates. This is where AI plus automation becomes real leverage. AI helps think, draft, summarize, or structure. Automation moves the pieces. Together, they create time freedom and income growth. AI plus automation creates a new kind of solo business power. AI thinks, automation does, you oversee. The system scales, your empire grows. This does not mean you disappear from the process. Let's not hand the steering wheel to a robot and then act surprised when it parks in a lake. You still set the strategy. You still define the standards. You still review the work that affects reputation, money, clients, or trust. But AI and automation can take over a meaningful amount of drafting, sorting, routing, organizing, reminding, and reporting. You do not need a team for every repeated process. You need a system. That is a different kind of power. Use best practices so your workflows stay clean. Automate with purpose, not just for fun. Keep workflows as simple as possible. Use clear naming and documentation. Test thoroughly before activating. Monitor and review regularly. Iterate and improve constantly. Simple, solid, scalable. That is the standard. A useful workflow should make life easier, not create a technical haunted house you are afraid to touch. If you build something and cannot explain how it works, simplify it. If it breaks often, simplify it. If it creates more anxiety than relief, simplify it. Automation should reduce friction, not become your new full-time emotional support problem. Now, let's talk about common automation mistakes. Automating the wrong things, overcomplicating workflows, skipping the testing phase, ignoring data quality, not documenting processes, setting it and forgetting it permanently. These are the traps. Do not automate chaos. Automate clarity. If the process is broken manually, automation may only help you break it faster. Before you automate, ask, does this process make sense? Is the input clean? Is the outcome clear? What should happen if something goes wrong? Where does human approval belong? Good automation begins with good judgment. Tools do not replace thinking, they reward it. What gets measured gets improved. After you build a workflow, track the impact. How much time does it save? Did it reduce errors? Did it create more consistent output? Did it improve client experience? Did it help you respond faster? Did it make reporting easier? Did it free mental bandwidth? Gather feedback. Optimize the workflow. Automation is not a one-time trophy. It is a system you refine. The first version may be clunky, and that is fine. Your job is to create the first working version, then improve it based on real use. Small workflow improvements compound into serious operational freedom. Documentation turns your workflows into business assets. Write down what the workflow does, what triggers it, what tools it uses, what inputs it needs, what output it creates, what can go wrong, how to troubleshoot it, where it is stored, when it should be reviewed. This matters because undocumented automation becomes mystery machinery. And mystery machinery is cute until something breaks, 5 minutes before a client call. Create SOPs. Use templates. Store your workflows in Notion, Google Drive, Airtable, or whatever system you actually use. Train your future self. Train your assistant. Train your AI systems. Your systems are your business assets. Here is your action step. Pick one repetitive task you do at least twice per week. Write down the current steps. Identify the trigger and action. Choose the right tool. Build the workflow. Test it. Improve it. Activate it and save time. Keep it small. A strong first workflow might be a form submission becomes a task. A meeting transcript becomes a summary. A content idea becomes a post draft. A payment confirmation becomes a dashboard update. A new subscriber receives a welcome email. One workflow can change your week. And once you build one, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. Automation is how you step out of the weeds, create more time, and scale your empire. You focus on vision. AI handles part of the thinking, drafting, or organizing. Automation runs the machine, and you enjoy more freedom. That is the point. Not technology for technology's sake, not complicated workflows to impress people who are also confused. Freedom, capacity, consistency, better client experience, more room for high-value work. Build the systems, become the empire. In the next module, we will continue turning AI from a tool into infrastructure by building your first business agent. That is where the empire gets even more interesting.